Okay, welcome back to another issue of Discovering Foundations of Truth. My name is John Lemus.
Director Wula.
Hussein Ambroa.
Magaza.
The title for today is actually, everybody has a financial personality. So once you recognize what your personality is with your finances, you'll be able to work towards what you really want to work towards. So I always start with some questions. This one, to start with, is not that hard. Are humans more important than animals? Yes or no, or why not? Why or why not?
I feel like we're equally, we more important. I would say no, because we all deserve to be here.
Okay, what would you say?
I would say yes, because we were meant to dominate the earth.
Okay, what would you say? Humans more important than animals?
My personal opinion, I'll say
Absolutely.
yes.
But you gotta have a
apex
why.
predator, you know.
Okay,
And humans are a source of food for us.
humans are.
Animals.
Oh,
I was gonna say, you just took the whole podcast to another
There's some
area.
cannibalism out there too.
Yeah, your thought process has to be that we are made in the image of God. And if we are, animals are made to do what an animal can do and not really do anything else. So what's in it is what it is. A horse can't change to be a donkey or an elephant or anything, but a human can be anything it wants to be. Okay, so I think that we are definitely more important because we're made in the image of God. Are some people more important than other people? What do you think?
I feel like no, but some people have more value than other people.
Okay,
I mean, you could
definitely
put it
more
there.
value. Okay.
Isn't that important?
Then in that case, yeah, it's
So
more
yes.
important, and they're more value. I mean, you can see like how they treat other people more different than anybody. Like
Yeah, because they earned their respect.
so they are more important than other people
Okay.
with the value that they created.
Yeah.
So you agree with that? You agree with that? Are some people more important than others?
I don't agree with that, but I agree with it.
It's like you talked me into it.
In reality, yes. But like if we all came from God and like in that source of being all humans, I think we all belong to that source. So we can't be more important than in God's eyes, everybody's kind of equal.
Okay.
All this stuff means nothing. At the end of the day, we just put a value to it. So we're realistically all
We
equal.
actually give things their value. People
Realistically,
give people, give things, give products, give everything value. Because without us, there would be no value to anything.
Simple as that.
So really, the way I would answer this is nobody's necessarily more important than anybody else. They may be on a different level of their journey. Okay, but God doesn't make any mistakes. Everybody that's here is here for a reason. Now, whether you found that reason yet or not, would actually, lead to your importance or your value. But I would say no one's really more important than others. Okay, is a death penalty right or wrong?
Death penalty?
What do you think? Death penalty.
I don't think a human should decide when somebody should die. I think it's wrong.
All right. So what happens when they kill somebody? They decided somebody.
I feel like you get that consequence in your day of judgment.
Okay.
I'll definitely the opposite
Death
side.
penalty?
Yeah, I think is we need it. I don't see any wrong with it. The death penalty. I mean, obviously, the
He
person,
does. He said there shouldn't be a death penalty.
you shouldn't be. I think
No,
it should be.
there's not wrong. I look at it as there's not wrong. It's not wrong to put somebody in prison that they did something wrong.
Right.
But once you put the death penalty, now you're acting as God. You're telling him when he should die and when he's going to die. So I don't agree with it on my end.
Well, you can attack it.
I
know my reasons.
I
It's just
agree.
too
I
that-
agree
too-
with Wavy because it's the thing is okay. Somebody kill somebody. Yes,
They blew up a building. They killed
they're
1,800 people.
supposed to. There is a punishment, but you cannot decide. It's just basically. It's like if that person decided to kill this person now, you are like, well, I'm gonna play God for you. Then I'm gonna kill this, but you don't know that could be a changing factor to that person's life. He can come back and affect and change a lot of people's life from his past mistakes. You see what I'm saying? So I agree.
Okay.
Can I state my argument?
Definitely
For
should be
sure.
a
You can
punishment.
say your argument.
My argument is that if we allow people to create chaos and let's say you kill 20 people, the next person would think they could do the same thing and get away with it. If you don't set that standard of you committed such a heinous crime, you need to have consequences. If that means you have to die so another people don't follow,
So
that's
you,
the right way, because
good.
morality, people are just gonna keep going and doing the same.
So you don't
bullshit
think
and get away with it.
a consequence of life without parole is not a consequence?
Yeah, I don't think that's enough.
What?
I don't think that's enough. I think it has to be to the point that you have to be dead as well, so you could commit that just right
case,
there.
In that case, would you be the one to be pulling the trigger if you had to? So, for example, if that person is in what do you call it, about to be killed, would you be the one to be able to pull the trigger?
If I'm the final say, obviously there's going to be a lot of different
No, but I'm
line
saying
of
the
judgment
it's
to
already
get there.
decided.
It
Would
has
you be
decided.
one of the people to go
Yes,
pull
I
the
will
trigger?
100% sign off on that.
Well, from my point of view, like, and your point of view, you gotta look at it as like forgiveness. For
Yeah.
you don't forgive him. You don't forgive him from what he done, but like from a point of view of
You
know
don't
he don't
forget
need
what he did,
He
but
don't
you-
forget
yeah.
what he did, but
Forgiveness, though, it's hard to get
you
forgiveness.
gotta forgive
for the
him.
20
You don't
people.
have to kill him to forgive.
I'm just saying, though, the 20 people that are already dead, they don't get forgiveness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
I would lean on the side of to try it. I mean, it says in the Bible, eye for an eye, but it says, you can't just go around plucking everybody's eye out because then it can no one see.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, you can't be in God's image, and for us, it's like the most merciful, the most forgiving, right? You can't really practice it.
God definitely, does judgment too.
yeah, for sure.
No, but
Just
he's the
letting you
most.
know.
He's the most forgiving and the most merciful. So you can't be in his likeness if you
'cause
can't practice that.
As everybody
But
has
you also,
expiration
in the
date.
scripture, it says self-defense. You have the ability to kill somebody else who's trying to
But
kill
that's
you.
not self-defense. Though he's already been
Killed.
tried
Yeah.
and
He's
judged.
found
it's
guilty and-
Yes,
yeah.
self-defense is like that moment.
Yeah.
Yes, that moment. Absolutely. If he's trying to kill you,
Yeah,
you
defend
got to go
yourself,
all
though.
out. But this is he's already tried. He's already been found guilty. Everybody agreed he's guilty. He has to do his time. And like, okay, well now,
I think that's a term of a defense, because we don't know if he gets out of parole and he ends up doing that same exact
No,
thing.
we never said he's gonna
He's
get
not
out
gonna
of
get
parole.
out.
We said
Yeah.
life
He
without
said life without
parole.
parole.
Yeah.
I without
Yeah.
parole.
Okay, so there's
that's
really
pretty
no
Yeah.
for sure answers with
What
some
about
of these
so
questions.
you lean against?
No, I'm all for it. I'm like, you got to go.
Yeah.
I mean, you're
Okay.
sitting there doing a bunch of heinous stuff. I don't even want to read about you in 20 years. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you. Yes.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm saying, but it's our opinion. It's like I said, you have your opinion, which is
Yeah,
good.
of course.
Yeah. Okay. Can you ever honestly know another person?
No, everybody have their own free of will, so they're gonna decide to do whatever they want to do.
So you never know your wife.
No, hell no, you never know her. She could get up and leave any day.
People change, man. Hey, amen to that.
Oh, jeez. What are you trying to?
People change. I can leave too.
Hell
Oh, here we go. We hit a hot button.
No, but you don't just like truly know a person because they're constantly changing, right? And they're constantly growing. You know a lot of things about them, but you don't fully know them, and it's up to how much they open to you, but they're gonna keep changing.
So do you ever honestly know yourself?
You don't honestly know yourself because you're constantly
Growing,
growing
yeah.
as well.
Yeah, because depending upon the situation, it may react differently, and you're like, I didn't know that was in there. You know?
Yeah.
Okay. When babies are born, are they good?
Are they? I mean, I don't understand the question. Are they good?
Not good for something, just
Like,
good.
yeah,
like
it's
as
a good
far
thing.
as sin or good or like evil.
Like in what they usually say, like I guess in our religion, Muslim religion, they said they don't have sin until they turn a certain age or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, no religion states that our babies are born with the innate good essence until you corrupt them with their environment. And also for us, we don't collect sins until we hit an age around 14 to 15. So anything that's beforehand is it's not really counted for.
Even like a 13-year-old, shooting up a school.
Yes, say just like your legal system. You
Oh,
have
we
to
try
be
as
18.
adults. No, we don't play. No.
I mean, there is
We
a
don't
limit
play
though.
no
Even
more.
with 12-year-olds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he charges you as an
You
adult.
do.
certain states.
It don't
are
matter how old
Yeah,
you are.
it depends on what state. Depends on what federal
Yeah.
laws you're using.
But in the Quran, it's like at 13, 14. I forgot
Yeah.
exactly, but beforehand.
I don't know. I
really-
feel like they can charge you. Let's say God can charge you as an adult as well. So
yeah,
yeah,
he does what he wants.
But you're not fully developed.
Yeah,
you
we
don't
understand that.
There's some people get corrupted
I
at a
don't
young
feel
age.
like
You
I'm
can't
fully
really blame them.
developed
You can
now.
blame the people that who
Influenced them, yeah.
influenced them and stuff.
All right, so that goes along with this one. Are people born with a specific personality, or is their character the result of their circumstances?
result of their circumstances. I feel like
Okay.
Because it builds them to be who they are. Like we talked about earlier, about the schooling thing.
What do you think?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah,
please?
the question is, are people born with a specific personality, or is their character the result of their circumstances?
I agree with the second part.
Yeah. I mean, it has to be that.
So you think the character is a result of their circumstances?
Yeah.
And
So how do
environment,
you say this one then? I was born into a family where my stepfather was a drunk, but my sister was born into the same family. I didn't become a drunk, but my sister did.
But you left that situation though.
I mean, you've seen the consequences. You've seen the consequences of
did
being a
too.
drunk.
And she did too.
But you and your
she
sister are not
chose.
exactly the same. You guys
I
probably-
know she chose
But,
to
but I
do
mean,
it, and I
that could have
chose not to.
entertained her. I mean, that might have not entertained you. It depends about the
how
entertainment.
how she viewed it.
So the character, I don't know, can be the result of the circumstance. Because you can look at a circumstance and have twins in the same circumstance, and they completely are different characters.
Yeah, that's true.
That just answers
mean-
your question. You can't be born with the personality. With twins sharing that DNA, you don't see the common similarity between them. So due to their environment, one probably did something else, and the other one was probably
Yeah,
doing
they're not-
something else.
They were just
That's
born
why
at the
they're
same time,
completely
but
different.
they're not the same humans.
All right, well, let's leave that one alone because I don't know the answer to that one. All right, can we?
You don't like
choose-
the answer.
No, I don't know if I can't accept what's going on in my head at the moment. Okay, can we choose our emotions or do they just happen to us?
They happen to us, and we choose to let it out.
Okay, so you choose to whether you act on it or not.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Can you choose your emotions?
Hey, Jamal, go ahead, man.
These are some questions. No.
I think you choose your emotions because you can choose something. You can choose for something to bother you or not. I think it's that. It's not like they just happen. It's how much of I give a fuck about that situation, right? Because even if you look at like depression, it's a self-sustained thing that you choose to put
Anger
to endow
turned
yourself.
inside,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's. I think emotion is a choice, and then once you're in that emotion, then you supply yourself with multiple options. Okay, how do I respond or how do I react? But it's a choice.
I would say yes to a certain degree, but most of the cases I feel like I suppress it. It's not like the
That's
emotion
me.
is not there. It's just like I have a better control, and as the time goes on, the emotion change.
So is that good to suppress emotions?
No.
Yeah, it depends.
I said it depends.
Depends. You don't want to act them out.
Yeah, let it
necessarily
grow
right away,
somewhere.
But it was, yeah.
but okay, that might be why you at the gym a lot.
Yeah. I mean that's
He
a
letting
great
the
way.
steam out.
That's a good way of letting steam out. Yeah,
yeah.
for males. Yeah, instead of beating the next thing, closest thing to you up.
Exactly.
All right. How do you know you actually love someone?
Sheesh.
How do I know I love someone?
How do you know you actually love someone?
I mean, I
It
could.
comes naturally. I feel like
Nah,
when
that's
stuff,
what kind of
Nah,
answer
what
is
else
that?
no. What I'm saying.
Comes naturally.
Now you
No.
been dating all those different girls, dog.
No, I'm saying from a point. I'm not saying what I'm saying is like when we like do things naturally, like we don't have to think about it.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
didn't know what you meant. Yeah, okay.
So like I don't have to ask you to do stuff for me, or you don't have to ask me. We just do it from our own will and love.
Well, I think if I can just like back off on that is if you're saying because you can do stuff for somebody knowing that it's gonna cover for you later, right? For example, like there's a difference between a partner and like a wife, right?
For sure.
So as a husband, and if you have a wife, you trying to cover your ass, so you're gonna do A, B, and C for you, thinking that you're doing it for them, and you said, okay, that's love, right? But as a partner, then you give them that, you let them figure out, and like, okay, but you're always there for them to like back them up. Like it's like we said, it's like dying to self, like knowing that okay. You obviously have to set boundaries,
Right.
right? This after this and this, I can't love you the same. But if
can.
loving somebody is like, but I'm saying you have to have boundaries,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
yeah.
After your boundaries are crossed,
choose
then
not to.
You choose not to, right?
Yeah. What do you think, Mo?
Honestly,
How do you know you love someone?
Yeah, let's hear this one.
I mean, I know I
even
love
answer
my
the
daughter.
question.
That's one. Yeah, that's like, I'm trying to use that as an example.
That's where it's going here. Uh-oh.
Like,
See, this is what it is. What is your definition of love?
Yeah.
definition of love. I mean, mostly what H. Miller said is being able to die yourself for the other, being a
Die to yourself and be there for
being a
others.
servant and helping them out. And also, it involves a lot of trust for me as well. Like, I can't just, fully dive in without knowing that no matter if you mess up, I mess up, at the end of the day, the trust is going to be there.
So you're mixing up two things there, love and trust.
Yeah,
Because you could trust somebody and not love them.
Yeah.
exactly.
True.
Or you could love somebody and
love
not
that.
trust them.
But it's like,
So my definition of love,
Yeah.
like we've talked before, is complete, like unconditional acceptance of that person, how they are, and how they're going to be in the future. Because somebody's going to change.
but
So-
you also set boundaries though, right?
well, I mean, yes, boundaries protect, my love for you. Actually,
Yes, that's what
because
I'm
I'm saying
trying
you
to
could
say.
kill my love for you by, trying to
Doing
use
something.
me,
Overstepping your boundaries.
overstepping the boundaries.
Yes, yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's literally.
Is that too controlling though? Like, let's say there
That's
are
not
humans.
controlling,
They're
you just
gonna make
making
they're
your
gonna
will.
make mistakes and
Mistake is
mistakes
different
and
than
end
going
up
against
crossing
somebody's
your
boundaries.
boundaries.
I mean, the
Is
thing
the
about
love
a mistake.
completely not
Once
there
she
anymore?
once she figures out the boundaries there, and she understands that that's something that you're not going to deal with very well, then she'll either accept it or she'll reject it. If she rejects it, then there's no love there.
But
anyways.
also, I think is you can't set boundaries on yourself and not tell the person this is my boundary.
Right,
Right?
yeah, no, you have to-
that's
you have to communicate
you have to
boundaries.
No, I
communicate
understand
as
that.
well.
yeah,
But you can communicate that humans are still gonna be f ups.
No, but I'm saying if
hopefully
these
your
your
wife
boundaries,
isn't.
yeah,
Not that many times.
yeah, if these your boundaries, if you give, I'm gonna love you unconditionally, but these are my boundaries, then you're gonna cause me not to make that choice to love you. Then that's what it is. It has nothing to do with
Right.
mistakes. Are way different from a fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fuck up is
your
like
own
it's doing it
son
on
or
purpose.
daughter
Yeah.
can go like
Oh,
can
she's
violate
gonna.
your boundaries.
Yo, she's definitely
going
got.
to.
She's
Does that mean you don't love your daughter, your child anymore?
At that
they,
moment, you might not.
Yeah.
You choose
Yeah.
every day to wake up and love something. You choose to let it be the way it is.
Right, right.
All right, it's gonna get a little deeper here.
No worries.
Why do people actually desire love?
Cause I mean, I feel like from a point of view is, people don't like to be lonely and to
there you
themselves,
So
so
for
that's why they
relationship.
do it. Yeah.
That gets a lot of people in trouble
I
because they sell.
I think because God is love.
Look, come
That's-
on, man.
yeah, that's literally it.
You hook it in because God
Elijah.
is basically by definition is love. So He does accept
Yeah.
you,
Well,
know,
and
you
all-
as you are.
yeah.
And like I said, if you start getting your definitions correct and start getting an idea of what it is, that's why. You know what I mean? Because He is love and you are part of Him.
Divine love.
Yeah, yeah. Who does love feel different to different people?
I feel so.
Absolutely.
I can't love everybody the same.
That's not what I asked. I said, does love feel different to different people? I guess it's that. He's funny, man. He got some quick answers. These are deep questions, bro. You ain't supposed to answer that quick. He said, I don't love everybody the same. You can tell you right now. All right, that makes sense. All right, does love feel different?
Hilarious.
I'm just saying, like, do females feel love different than males?
Yeah.
100%.
For sure, there's certain things that that I could take as love that she might not take as love. It's like my wife, from a point of view, she's like, she wants you to like comfort her, and she's a comforting person. And for me, I don't give a fuck about no comforting. You could, you don't have to come near me. It don't bother me. So, but for her, she likes that more. So,
Yeah.
so it's all different with females and men.
Yeah, I mean, everybody translate love differently. And I can only speak for like my experience too. Like my wife likes to be shown like affection, and that's touch. Little things like cooking for her, like walking, holding hands.
Called gifts of service.
Yeah. And then like me, my love is different. My love is like appreciation. Words of affirmation or uplifting when I'm down. So those
Man,
are
they're
like,
good at going the opposite direction on that
Huh?
one. Said they're good at going the opposite
Yeah,
direction on that one. Ooh,
But,
do
yeah.
something wrong, it's over. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They're gonna take you right under the bus. All right.
How about you, Mo? I wanna.
No,
What do you
I
think?
mean, I agree with all you guys.
So does love feel different to different people?
Yeah, you can't really argue with that.
Okay. What about, can you choose to feel love for someone? Can you choose to do it, even if they're the worst jackpot?
Can I choose to love them?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a choice. You could choose, but
definitely is a choice.
yeah, it's a choice. I mean, that's
Yeah,
the
that comes with
answer, yeah.
forgiveness. When you're choosing like that, you already made up your mind. It's either
Yeah.
you forgave that person for whatever they did to you, and you're choosing to love them.
Okay. So that makes sense because, I mean, forgiveness is actually for you. It's not for the other person. You could choose to accept that person as they are. That's
Yeah.
what, if you use the right definition for love, not lust, not, sexual desire type stuff. But all right, so this is about the deepest it's going to go. What does it mean to love yourself?
I feel like taking care of myself, just loving myself.
Taking care of yourself, loving yourself. Okay. What do you think,
Survival.
Mo? Come on, man. You got to be deeper than survival, bro. Come on, man.
I mean, I just first thought. The question was, what does it mean to love yourself?
Correct. What does it mean to love yourself?
I think is to be connected with the source. At the end of the day, if
Okay.
you really love yourself, you always gonna be.
So why would you be connected to your source if you don't love yourself?
I mean, the source pretty much brought you here. You are the essence of the source.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't appreciate yourself to that value, like you feel like a god yourself, then you don't love yourself.
Okay. What you think, Hodge? What does it mean to love yourself?
I think for me to love yourself is to know that you got to take care of yourself before you can take care of others, right?
You can't give away what you don't have.
Yeah, so it's just basically being able to, say no, stay focused, do your act of service, and just be in your purpose. So like and then growing, right? Mm-hmm. I think that's what it is. Not being able to have distractions around you, and
Can you love yourself if you're not growing?
Yeah,
no,
you can still love yourself. But
I think not.
By definition,
can
what
love
is
it.
love? Accepting
yeah,
what's going on. You might have a time where you have a couple months where you really get anywhere except trying to put out fires and all that kind of stuff. But that doesn't mean you don't have to love yourself.
there's
I kind of
times
say you can though, without growing, you can still love yourself.
for sure. That's the agree.
You guys
Yeah,
are saying the
yeah,
same thing.
same thing. Yeah,
thing,
there was
yeah.
times.
Oh, I thought you was going to guess
There's
it. I'm
bad
like,
things
whoa.
happening.
That's what I'm saying.
every couple
Sometimes you
days.
got to go in recovery mode a little
Yeah,
bit. You know what I mean?
Sometimes you got to surrender, my boy.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, you do. You have to surrender. You have to accept. You have to move on. Because some things just ain't for you. You might
I
be
do
so focused in on something and it's just beating
I
you up.
replace it something bad happens again. I replace it. It happens. I'm like, man, it can't stop.
That just means it wasn't meant to be. You're going the wrong direction.
Okay.
You keep going up against this path here, and there's a building there. You ain't going through it. You know what I'm saying? Go to a different path.
I'm saying regular life stuff. It's just, you fix it,
That's
something
every day,
else
man.
happens.
That's what reality is.
Yeah.
Like trying to be choosing between the right and the wrong, and you want to accept or deny, or deny on a regular basis, bro. That's pretty much it.
Okay, do you need to love yourself before you can love others?
For sure. Because you wouldn't know how to love somebody else if you don't love yourself.
Okay, yeah, you can't give away what you don't have, so you got to have it for yourself first. And the problem is, though, a lot of people expect love from other people, but don't even recognize that person doesn't even love themselves. You know what I mean? So how can you expect something from them if they don't even know how to do it for themselves? So you have to remember that.
Know a few people like that.
Okay, do memories exist even if you forget about them?
Yeah, they still exist. Because you can get a little quick flashback real quick. They still exist.
Okay. You think memories exist even if you forget about them?
Yeah, my only question is, I just need a scientist or somebody to figure out how we can retrieve those memories that we forget
So how do you retrieve memories?
through thoughts.
Take pictures.
Take pictures? Well, that's a good way to remember something.
Yeah.
No, but I'm talking about things like when you like young as hell, you have vivid of it. You don't remember exactly what happened,
Okay.
but if you can figure a way to snap to that thought, and it gives you the
Yeah,
whole
I mean, that'd be good. I mean,
experience.
like they say, Elon was making that chip. He'd be all right.
Bro, don't take the chip, bro. I don't care what he get.
You gonna tell your brain off?
What he guarantees you, you're gonna be like your Tesla. Driving down the road, you're like, what the heck?
They created straight zombies, man.
Yeah.
He gave you an answer there.
So really, the memories do exist in there, but sometimes you overlap them. You put
Yeah.
other memories on top of them. The way you would actually recall is sometimes through like hypnosis or something. You know, some kind of real focused thinking, or sometimes it's even environmental.
Something else showing
I mean,
you,
if
yeah.
you come
Is that
into the same.
legit?
What?
Like, does it
Oh,
actually
it's
work?
legit, bro.
What is it?
Personal
I'm,
experience,
I'm
Lee?
I'm very susceptible to hypnosis. Yeah, yeah.
Good.
Hypnosis. So
Hypnosis just basically means they talk you down into like a comfortable position, and they can actually speak to you. And if you would really do it, you know, then they can make you bark like a dog. They can make you have.
Have you done it before?
Absolutely, I
That's some
did
voodoo
in
shit.
college.
Has it been done to
It's
you?
not voodoo. Yeah, it's been done to me. Yeah.
Sounds similar.
Yeah.
You're right. It could be similar.
It's kind of like that. It's like psychological.
I'm saying if you don't believe voodoo, it doesn't work either.
Yeah,
Same
Yep,
idea.
don't
If you
believe
believe it, then it'll work. You know.
Yeah, same. I get
Alright.
the point of view.
Oh, this is good. This is a tough one. How do we know what words mean?
Because we put meaning to it.
How do we know what?
How do we know what?
I mean, from the
words mean?
beginning, I look at it as, they
Where
give
did
you
words come from?
a word. I don't know. I was
God.
invented that.
From God?
Word,
mean,
we
speak.
created it ourselves. I feel like words we created ourselves.
Try to
But
dig in a little bit.
the meanings of the words, the teachers taught us the meanings.
There was
of
no
what,
teachers back then.
I'm talking about my personal life.
Okay. You're talking about
Like,
20 years.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about
So
how do we know what words mean?
The dictionary. That's how I got the meaning
I'm
of a
talking
lot
about
of things.
pre-dictionary. Go ahead.
I can't help you there.
I'm trying to just dig in your head a little bit. It's funny though, because there's really stuff inside of you
Yeah.
that you really don't know
Yeah.
what's in there until you get asked a question.
Well,
Because
on my-
spiritually, you have stuff. I mean, you've been around forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Your
a
spirit's
lot.
been alive
yeah,
forever.
it's almost 24 years.
Until it
Yeah.
get- No, I'm not. I'm not talking about your body. Your body
okay.
been here almost 24 years.
Oh, you talk about the sperm.
I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the transportation system
Oh, okay.
of your body. I'm talking about your spirit.
Okay, I got the message.
That spirit's been alive forever, and it's going to be
bad.
alive forever.
Facts.
So, how do we know what words mean? So, how do you guys remember in the Bible? It's probably in the Quran too.
Yeah,
Continue.
When Adam
That's exactly the same story.
was given a job,
Okay.
his first job he was given is God told him
He said to name
the
that.
animals.
Okay, that's how I give the
Okay,
meaning.
because what you name them is what they're going to be to you.
Okay,
So if I look
your
at something
meaning of
and
it.
it's an opportunity, and you look at it as a problem, it's a problem for you. It's an opportunity
Okay, I
for
got
me.
the message.
Okay,
That's
so
what I
it's
thought in
actually
the
called the
beginning.
law of naming. Okay, so that's why if something happens that we don't have a name for or you don't have any kind of explanation of, it's a UFO. You know, it's something unidentified, flying object. You know what I mean? Like I said, until you start to name things, but once you name them, then you can actually control them. You can manage stuff that you can name.
Power
Yeah.
of words.
Yeah, that's the power of words. So, like I said, how do we know what words mean? Is how they make us feel, how we interact with the stuff. That's
Okay.
what we call it.
Yeah.
You know,
Call them
so-
the cast spelling on you.
there you go. Yeah, when you speak, it's. I'm saying the difference between us and animals
different.
is we can actually speak and communicate. Animals don't speak or communicate. 'cause
So
that's
you
a,
think that
that's a
when
spiritual thing?
So you think when a dog is barking and another dog is barking, they ain't communicating?
They're just letting you know they're either afraid or they're aggressive. Yeah, it's not like, oh, we're
I
gonna
don't
meet,
know. I
we're
feel
gonna meet
like
tonight
they'd be-
behind the
I think they
barn and we're gonna
communicate.
get
We
it
just
on.
don't
That's
know.
Because
all
one
they're
bark,
saying.
another one barks right after. That's just look at it like
Well, I'm
that.
saying those are called mirror neurons.
Yeah.
Like when I yawn and you yawn.
What
or
about
something.
when they're nurturing their kids or they're like I
puppies?
see ducks, cracking and like a bunch of like 5-6 of them just line up behind the mother duck. Isn't that communication right there? How does that work?
I'm talking about words.
I'm not
Yeah.
talking about in our way of communication. I'm talking about animals and communicating in general. Just because they communicate in a different method than we do,
Animals have instinct.
instant. You don't say they don't communicate whatsoever. Obviously not by
I feel
words.
like they do. They communicate some way.
I'm saying they look at you. I'm
Have you
saying
ever seen
words
those,
are actually one of the worst forms of communication because you can
Okay.
take that word and you can make it any way you
So
want
yeah,
to make it.
it can go
But
mean so many
animals
different
have
things.
communication by just the way they look at each
Yeah,
other.
okay.
You know, the
That's
way their
what-
tails are wagging. You know, there's physical ways to communicate, but they don't have the option of words.
Okay, I can
It's
agree
just
with
the,
that.
Because
the word
they're not
communication
made-
is
They're not made.
we're
Yeah,
missing.
communicating.
Understood, yeah.
Communicating doesn't necessarily only mean speaking.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
that's
where
where-
I was
that's where
getting
we going
confused
with
at.
Okay.
I'm like, it is impossible.
Okay, should abortion be legal?
Oh yeah, me and my wife was talking about this.
We get personal
No,
now.
I said it was
Should it be illegal? Should it be legal
I
or
think it's
illegal?
premeditated murder. That's what I think. You know, because
All right.
that's
Some
bad.
males do have that idea.
It's illegal to me, no matter what you
Illegal.
say. I think it should be illegal.
What you think?
Because you killing a baby, that's murder.
Everything
What
happens
about,
for
what
a
about
reason.
when it's just two cells? In
I don't care. As if it don't die itself, you killing it.
Okay.
Yeah. From my point of view, if you don't want it, let it grow.
That means you
come out
cannot
your,
be democratic then. 'cause
Yeah, it come out your belly,
I mean,
yeah.
As a
everything.
Muslim, I don't think that applies. But
And you can even
say a lot. Yeah,
the
religious.
American system is a lot even easier. If you don't want it, you can give it to adoption and they'll take
Yeah.
it for you.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Come
Because
on.
like, and I agree, because that kid, that child is here for a different purpose, and you're
Yeah, you think it's yours, but
Yeah.
it really comes through you, not for you.
exactly,
exactly right.
and like
Yeah.
you're taking somebody else's, you know.
You're taking it God's.
Yeah.
God actually knitted that sucker together in your mom.
So yeah, no, I definitely
Yeah, that's
think
a wild
abortion,
thing.
you know.
I mean,
But
then
I
they
think
say
people-
it happens through like incense and like
Incest.
incest.
Yeah,
Rape,
what happens
like,
if you get raped? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the little tricky
I
part.
feel
You know,
like,
that's the
look,
only argument people
however
really
it
have.
happens,
But it's
What would you
still,
say?
Make sure
Everything happens for a reason. That's what I
birth it,
say.
And
to
if
that.
you want,
And
to
you're not a
give it
female,
up
so
for
you don't have to worry
adoption,
about
do
it.
that.
no,
Yeah.
but there was
That's what it is.
there was
why we can have different
there was
opinions.
this girl in college at AIP, like she was in a gang, and she actually got
raped
by
and jumped in. Huh?
got raped by
That's crazy.
got raped by like her gang members, and she ended up having that child, and that child right now is playing basketball. You know, I'm saying in college, he might even make it to the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
So like, imagine if she was like, okay, this is an embarrassment, and you know what I mean, I'm gonna get rid of this child. That would have never happened for that child.
Yeah.
And
And you got to take into consideration what happens to the female if she does get rid of it.
yeah.
Because that's a piece of her that she'll never have.
The connection. Yeah.
Almost gonna be jacked up.
Yeah. All right.
But then they're gonna be like, how about if that happened to your sister or your mom?
Yeah, I
What
don't
would
care
you-
how it happened. My message is the same. That's
Okay,
murder. It is impossible. And then you don't get charged for it. That's crazy. That's
Okay,
murder.
is war ever necessary or even reasonable? Is
I mean,
war
the war.
necessary or even reasonable?
I mean, if somebody's trying to take what's yours, it's necessary.
Thank you. Thank
You know.
Wade.
Then, but other than that, there's really no need for it.
What do you think, Liam?
Wow, I think we should be far enough in human, development that we don't have to fight over stuff. But because my mindset's
So
a
it's
little bit
not
different.
necessary.
I don't think it's necessary. I think my mind is different because I think there is more than enough on this planet for everybody.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
It's just how we kind of regulate things. You know what I'm saying people starve to death and we throw food away. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
that's
saying? It doesn't
wild.
make any sense. We put laws in there saying that you can't give away the food, that they cook. It's like because there's something wrong. But they're eating out of garbage cans. That's worse than taking out of the back of like a
Right.
Panera or something.
Right.
So I don't think it's necessary or reasonable.
Yeah,
it's
true.
it's just a way for one group to try to force their will upon another group.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like even the people that work at like these restaurants, they can't even take food home
That's
anymore.
what I'm saying. They,
Yeah,
they,
like
they make
that-
laws against
yeah.
it.
Like the food, like even if it's left over, it's being
you
thrown in the
gotta dump
dumpster.
that.
Yeah, like they can't even. And
'Cause they don't wanna
some
get
of the
sued.
Some people that work there can't even feed their families, and like they want to take that food, but they can't.
But do you guys think all war starts in that circumstance?
No,
War starts like when
There's so many ways.
But a
wars can
conflict,
start.
most likely.
And I don't think it should be the first thing we should jump to. Like war should be your last consideration of anything.
But I'm saying nobody
not
wins.
it's-
When nobody wins when you have a war. Somebody's going to die.
I mean,
my thing
only
is-
person,
Well, technically somebody does win if there's
You
one
win
made
if you kill somebody.
the person
if
who's
you
making
win,
the
now you're a
weapons
murderer.
is winning.
I'm a
Right.
murderer for a reason.
What reason?
Said keep
For
on
what
fighting.
reason?
I need to make
Here's the
more
next
weapons.
question.
If
two
you're talking
people,
about collective war, I'm not talking about me as Muhammad. You talking about war as in millions of people involved. That has to be weighted to like so many different like circumstances.
okay,
and
let's
the reason why-
take it down. What about war inside yourself?
Is it always necessary to have war inside myself?
Yeah. Why would you?
Spiritually, I'm not warring with myself every day.
Well, then there's a problem.
Yeah, because I can explain to you why though.
Go ahead. Why?
The only reason I say that, as a human being, I fall to error, and the only war is me going against my choices. Either I make the right decision or I fight it. that to me it feels like a war. I mean, I can go to the point of enlightenment where I can always make the right choice, but my environment is causing that war too.
Yeah, you're never going to make all the right choices because you have flesh.
Yeah, it's
Your
impossible.
flesh has desire.
Yeah, it's just manhood. I
That's
love
exactly that. I'm in war in that case.
I mean, it's, in that point of view, it's just meaning. It's just how you're defining
In
it.
that
Yeah.
case, I'm in war with cookies.
Thank you, Lee.
Cookies
It's
is
just
good.
the meaning.
If you fighting it, that's war, man.
Okay, if two people's opinions differ, how should they resolve their differences?
How should they resolve their differences?
How should you resolve a difference?
Don't talk
What do you
about
mean
it.
by different? Can you get like more context? Like
If two people
Who is
are
arguing?
arguing
We
about
argue.
one thing, how should you resolve that argument?
walk away.
Okay, that resolves it.
That resolves it for sure, but that don't solve nothing. Or I mean, I feel like from a point of view, everybody have their own opinion. There's really no need to go back and forth about something. So let's,
I think it's a good thing that people have differences.
yeah, that it is a good thing,
collective
but
thought is
there's no
horrible.
need to go back and forth about it though. That's
Right?
the-
Yeah, you don't battle over it.
Yeah, that's
once
just,
it gets to the
just-
point where I'm
as long
barking
as
and
you
shit,
do,
Yeah.
I'm done talking.
it's accepting
Yeah,
their
just agree
their
to
opinion.
disagree,
That's
and,
all.
just accept that they have that opinion. You have your opinion.
Simple as that.
Okay. Is it the responsibility of wealthy countries to support impoverished
No.
countries? Yeah, you didn't think about that. huh?
No, it's not. It's,
Y'all just said earlier we should be able to share this and that so we can avoid war and that. That's exactly the
no,
question.
it's not on my end. As I look at it,
That's because you got some.
no. I do have some, but at the same time, will not be waiting for somebody to give me something. I'll gotta go get it myself. It don't matter how I gotta go get it.
But
If
what
I gotta
they-
go
they-
take it from you,
They
that's
come try to take it from you by by force.
if they take.
Come on.
Hey, I look at it from a point of
Got
view.
you.
If you
Now you going to war.
yeah, for sure, we go to war. Just say like I'm one person, 10 people come to me. I'm not gonna fight 10 people. You got it. But when I come, I'm gonna come with more than that. We'll make sure.
By the end of the day, all this stuff is going to be here regardless. Your soul going to perish. I mean, your soul's the only thing going up.
Understood. It's just is the
You got
point
too
of view.
much. You might as well share, bro.
If I do it in my own will, that's no problem. But we don't have to. His meaning is like, okay, if we have, let's say if America have a lot of money, it has to support a country that's poor. It don't have to. It's by their own choice.
Well,
you know?
the thing is, if we talk about politics and America, they're doing it for their own interests.
Yeah, for sure.
Nobody's really helping
not
other
doing
people
it.
because they
helping
want to do it. They're
themselves.
helping
Right, I mean, that's
themselves.
not helping. That's
But in-
right.
that's helping with
And it's,
greed.
and it's not helping. You know what I'm saying?
in real
It's
life.
enabling.
In real
But in
life,
the other, keep going.
no, go ahead.
No, I said it, from the other side, they'll feel like they're helping because they're receiving. But continue.
I mean, in real life, you're supposed to show a person, for example, like, okay, if you have a system or you found something that works for you, is being able to show somebody, okay, this is how I did it and this is the material, go ahead. But to take it and be like, okay, this is what I have and I want to share it with you, you're enabling that person. But you have to show and teach that person how you've done it and let them figure it out and let them put in the work.
I'm okay
But
with
as
that.
long as you share that information with them, then it's good. But you don't, it's not necessary. But even like the story of like what that guy was praying, God, please send, something
boat,
that a
yeah.
boat, that will
To
save
save
me,
me, yeah.
right? God send
He said a
logs.
boat, he didn't- yeah, he didn't
exactly.
take-
It's
yeah.
like no,
He
I don't
didn't
want
get
that
the
one.
message.
You know what I mean? But it's the same thing.
He said,
It's
I
like
sent you 3 boats. You didn't
exactly, but you
Yeah.
can't. If you like, God wasn't gonna send an empty boat straight
Yeah.
just for him. Then he wouldn't be able to use the brain that God gave him. He wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to use the hands that God gave him.
I agree with your point of
we
view.
we have a like.
Don't
Like
sh-
in
don't
our
give,
culture,
just
it's like
show.
if you don't use your hands that God gave you, like to eat, like you're absolutely like not. What is it? What's the word? It's like something that you're not. It's if you're not using it, it's gonna be taken away from you.
you, yeah,
You know
okay.
what I mean? So this is why you show them and let them do the hard work.
But we're not comparing apples to apples. He said somebody who has
A wealthy country
monthly
supports
country,
impoverished country.
yeah. So like, let's say I'm handicapped, no hands, no feet.
But no, you're not a country though.
I'm just using an example. It's
Okay, good.
This is an example. Like
Okay.
you have your hands and
Yeah,
feet.
okay, keep
You're
continue.
able to help. Like let's say I'm your mom
Okay.
or something who's handicapped.
Okay.
Do you think you don't have the right? I mean, it's not
Responsibility.
responsibility to at least take care of her for.
It's by choice.
It is a choice.
Yeah, but if-
like, why would you not? They handicapped. This is a poor country. And you're
No,
wealthy. You got
here's
everything
the
that you
thing,
have.
though. Here's the thing, though. A lot of people who are have disabilities actually don't really want to be helped. They want to find a way to actually,
Receive
what do you
from-
call it? A help that way to
Help
actually,
themselves.
include themselves in there too. So it's whether if they can do something else, they'll absolutely do it. It's being able to get that person involved. If you're
That
saying
is help itself.
that's what I'm saying. Help, but not in terms of okay, you don't do nothing. I'm just gonna feed
give
you.
you everything,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? That's
Yeah.
what we're saying.
Obviously, I'm going to lose everything if I
Yeah.
just keep helping you all day, every day.
You got the
There's enough.
concept.
You got enough.
Yeah.
What's your perspective?
He said you got it.
I need to hear you.
No, my thing is a lot of the help that we try to provide actually has something, connected to it. We want something from
Bet.
you. Just like if I'm sitting here trying to tell you guys some ways of thinking and stuff, it's more to cement it in my head than it is for you all to pick it up.
Yeah.
So I'm not giving it away just because, I want you to do better. I'm giving it away because it actually, when you teach something, you actually cement it in your own self. You become
100%
that.
agree.
Same thing with the food. I mean, the food helps them for a day, but when I stop giving it to them, now they're
be
they're in
hungry.
the same place.
They won't know how to fish.
But you're honestly doing it for yourself, for your own
Absolutely.
ego.
Everything you
When
do is
get
for
it.
yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, is prison the best way to protect society and correct individuals?
Is prison the best way to... It's working.
We already know.
It's working. It ain't working because Venezuela is sending all the prisoners over here.
I think America's working better, I guess. I mean, from my point of view, I don't got nothing other than prison. What's
That's what I'm saying. What can we come up
what
with?
other
With
way
some
can you
bright
punish somebody?
individuals?
What's the statement?
The
It's just-
statement is prison the best way to protect society and correct individuals?
Just finding
No.
another way to
He said
protect
no.
society.
No.
So tell us, what do you think?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can come up with a no, but you got to have something to back your statement.
Yeah.
That's all. What do you think they should do?
Well, I mean, you already know my stand with the death penalty. That's for one.
No,
Okay, we're not talking about killing them. We're just talking about,
No, just another way of doing it.
Another way. I
Yeah.
mean, in America, they put you in prison for the most minor things. Like just being black, you might end up being in prison.
Now you thinking too
5 out
hard.
of 10 chances, you know.
You thinking too hard.
But honestly, to answer that question, I think it's just education. I think it's just
You're gonna
But
give
you
them
cannot-
people opportunity.
the problem is you cannot educate somebody that doesn't want to be educated. That's the problem.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think
most
we've been
people are
around
ignorant. That's why they end up in
vicious
prison.
You're
criminals.
correct.
Like,
But
it-
I'm saying a lot of those people went through the education system and they're still ignorant and they choose to be ignorant and they're going to stay that way.
Because
Because that's their choice. So what do you do with
It
them
gotta
now?
start from like the generations before that.
They
Once
do.
you start,
They're starting like pre-Ks now.
no, I'm saying like their parents were probably ignorant. Their environment they're in was probably ignorant. Just because they're in the school system, that doesn't mean their whole life is like they live in that school system all day. They go back home and
I
they
mean,
have
even-
ignorance
even
all
if you
around
look
them.
at-
They go back to like corners, ignorance all around them. So you have to like start the whole damn organization wherever they at, I guess.
I think even the school system is designed like a prison. So
It sure
it's
is.
you already living in a prison mindset. So like if you go to prison, it's not any difference. The only thing is you don't get to go home. But even that is all a prison system. The bell rings.
I never
you
been to
move,
prison.
you
I
do
can't
this,
really-
you know what I mean?
mean, we've never been in
jail,
prison.
yeah, but
So it's
I
just
never
like,
been.
hey, there's
Yeah.
nothing different. Everything is timed out, and teachers act like wardens or COs. So like, and even the teachers don't have the capacity to, because everybody wants to flex how big is the balls or the ovaries, right? So like, it's
I never heard that one. How big is your ovaries?
but it's like
You got some big egg.
I'm not talking about the system, like being
No, that's what we're
controlled.
talking about.
That's what we're
We
talking-
are talking about the system.
Yeah.
How can you make the system better? Or
How can you
should
make
we
it
just
better?
accept that the prison is the
think-
only way?
I don't know where it is, either Sweden or whatever, but like they have reformed prison system where like everybody, even though you're in prison, you get a lot of amenities. Like you go to school.
Yeah.
Your house is
work.
not like a prison. Like it's not like it's just like a regular.
At least
thing.
that's a different
Yeah.
thought process.
And,
Yeah.
and it's,
Same
it's
concept,
going,
but
it's
that's
going
better.
down.
Just doing the same thing over
And
and over again.
like
expect
people are
different
given
results.
jobs, even though you're given job, and like you're not. And even the way that the CEOs talk to you, they talk to you with respect. It is a different way. You're not, and it starts in the school system too. Like nobody goes to school for 8 hours a day, and kids get to actually go to visit. So they get to
They get to
shadow.
shadow, yeah.
They
people and
and it's
employees.
different. It's a whole different mindset. That's what it is. Reform prison, and when America say reform prison, there's stupid reform prison. It's just like They take open cell, put the chairs in there. It's a classroom. No, get the people out of the whole thing. Change the environment. Change the look. Change the painting. Something as simple as like change the temperature in the fucking cell, because that motherfucker cold as hell.
He acting
My
up.
only question is,
Yeah.
America definitely has the funds and to be able to do that. They could have been doing that decades ago. So what's stopping them
Why aren't
from
they
doing
doing
that?
that?
That's what I want to know. Why are they not doing that?
Because
feel
all
like-
the
Think
prisons,
about how much money they make for
All
every
the
prisoner.
prisoner-
It's
all the
like
prisons are private
$37,000 a year.
Yeah, they're all private
So
owned.
it's just like, think of a prison almost as like a hotel.
Yeah,
Right.
If you don't have all the beds full,
you're not making.
Then
the
you're not
money.
making any money.
Yeah.
so that's why you keep these
So
laws
they
on the
just-
books the
they
way
just
they
left in
are.
the
They want to
government.
keep them all filled up so they get that money.
I mean,
Same thing with hospital beds.
Yeah.
Just-
Prisons, private
the
institutions.
same thing
Yeah,
as
yes.
what's it called?
That
Or it could be. They've been privatizing a lot of it because
What?
the money ain't as good as it used to.
I
be.
mean, like people forget, like Michael Jordan actually invested into prisons. People don't. That's
Yeah,
why
he
he's
put money
becoming a
into,
billionaire
private
because
prisons,
private
yeah.
prisons. Like people don't know that. That's why, like a lot of people don't even really.
All right, let's move on. We can talk about this all day. What makes a crime a crime?
That makes it. I ain't never think about it like that. I
So
feel like
yeah,
when you
it's
get
pretty
caught,
good.
other than that, it ain't no crime.
It ain't nothing till you get
Yeah,
caught. Callum.
that's all I feel like.
It ain't nothing till you can manage it, right?
Yeah, that's all.
So
I
what
think-
makes a crime a crime?
I think you already know, like by what you like your morals and values. You already know what you're doing.
yeah, it's like why do you have laws on the books? People try to take advantage of things and they already know it's wrong,
Yeah,
but
it's
they do
wrong.
it anyway.
Simple as that. Yeah, it's only
That's what makes the crime a crime. Okay. Is it okay to limit immigration if a country is worried it will lose its culture?
Sounds like an American problem.
yeah.
Yeah, it is,
They said
right?
limit immigration.
Yeah, is it okay to limit immigration if a country is worried it will lose its culture?
Not if that country had no.
I feel like immigration.
Dang, we feel like darts flying here. Well, Germany and a couple of those countries over there, they're not
Hey,
even
tell
letting any
'em, man.
immigrants in.
Yeah.
They're like, they will shoot on sight.
I mean, the question itself is pretty much answered. You don't want to lose your culture, so obviously you don't want to have other outside sources, influencing different cultures.
Yeah,
You know, so.
I mean, it's the country's choice.
I think, and this is like something that Mark and I were talking about. I think that that the quote unquote countries, the Western countries, saying that we're helping this country, that it should stay over there. No, you're going over there, act like you're helping, and you're taking their resources now that people don't have. You took all the resources, or you went there for your own interest, and people don't have what they need. Of course, they're gonna come to your house because that's
they know
all
you
they
took
know.
their stuff.
Because you took their stuff,
Yeah.
so you can't really. They have to find another way of helping. But you saying, okay, I'm not gonna accept you. I'm gonna shoot you on sight. It doesn't work. There have to be another way of helping. You have to show them how to fish. If you don't show them how to fish, they're gonna come every day and beg, or
Steal
else they're
your
gonna
fish.
come and steal from you.
Yeah.
They're gonna come in your fridge and steal the fish that you got in your fridge. Simple.
Okay.
This must be a dumb question
There
to me. I
never
mean,
is.
I kind of know the answer to it, but like, does a country is it defined by its culture as well? Like, just to be able to be a
Pretty
country?
much every country has a culture.
Yeah.
Right, I know
Yeah,
that.
it's the predominant way people act and interact with each other.
So
and
what's the
way-
American culture, Liam?
That's
I
the
wanna know
thing.
this.
America
I'm
has so
saying
many different
America
people in it.
is definitely a melting pot, so
Yeah.
it does have a lot of different cultures.
Mm-hmm.
But
They're
there are
burgers.
some cultures out there that America is afraid if it comes here. Just talking about like Venezuela,
Nigerians.
talking about Nigerians sometimes. Yeah, there are some cultures out there
The
that
Muslims.
no, because they're here. I mean, it's
I
like,
don't feel like that's.
I don't think
That's
it's
a religion,
Muslims.
ain't
I mean,
it?
obviously,
Islamophobia is real too. Don't let's not. Let's
no,
not,
it's,
yeah.
I mean, obviously, anybody that's really what do you call that when you get really crazy?
terrorists.
Yeah, well, terrorists for sure. But I'm saying, yeah, any time of aggressive stuff, you don't want that.
No.
Even the people here don't want that. Even the Muslims here don't want that.
You guys don't even
run
have
from
a
over there,
culture.
And
come
we
over
speak
here.
about peace a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
a
everywhere
lot.
you go, like even in Pittsburgh, there's like 5-10 different cultures just in
Right.
the city itself.
Yeah.
You got little, just little pockets of cultures.
Do you think that's gonna be the downfall of America's power? Like they're gonna
They're gonna what?
downgrade
Damn,
to,
you asking the deep one there.
Downgrade what?
from they're like the number one nation right now,
Yeah.
westernized. Do you think because of that, allowing so many different cultures in, is that gonna
Nah. The
water
thing-
down the,
I feel like
the country?
the society
It
of
already is,
America.
honestly.
The
You guys are
society
so
of
broken up
America. I
already.
feel like once the first or second generation passes, you're already Americanized.
I mean, look at China. I'm just saying, China. They're like they're very unified.
Yeah.
They don't let people in like that. You could be in China, but you're gonna be treated like a slave pretty much,
different
especially
person,
being a
yeah.
black guy over there. And that's what's making them strong because they're all working together. They're unified. And
you-
America not being unified right now, you got Democrats and Republicans fighting all on a regular basis. And then you have more coaches coming in. Like the problems are just adding.
I mean,
Is
I
that
feel like
gonna
that's a distraction
destroy-
from my understanding.
distractions. You think it's still strong?
I think the downfall of America is just going to be just like the
dollar.
Roman Empire. No one can really conquer the Roman Empire. They were so strong, but inside the Roman Empire, when you have a bunch of strength inside one spot, you become kind of complacent and become weak. And really, it's not the attack from the outside that gets you; it's the attack from the inside. Because it's
And
it's
that's
attack
what
on
I'm
your
saying.
morals.
That's it,
It's
the
attack on
That's
that's
you're talking about the homegrown terrorism.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's exactly what's going to
Exactly.
water down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It does water down your culture. It waters down, like the founding fathers. It waters down all that stuff. Once that no longer exists, then you don't have a country anymore.
Yeah, and the quality of decisions are going to be shit.
Yeah. Okay, so what, if anything, makes a person different from an animal? Think about the differences between people and animals. And give me a couple, and then we're going to talk about our financial personality.
You're going to have to say that one more time.
I just said, what, if anything, makes a person different from an animal? And sometimes people act like animals.
Awareness.
Awareness of...
Awareness of your environment, awareness of your thoughts, what you're doing. That's what makes you different from an animal because instead of just reacting, you're able to respond and able to make a better choice.
So you're using your mind and using your higher faculties.
I would say
Because animals are aware of their surroundings too.
I would say world domination. World domination. Just know that you're supposed to dominate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Them lions be dominating too. They're the king of the,
They're the king of the jungle. Yeah.
But they dominate.
But they can get took
just
too.
by
Yeah.
small
Yeah,
jungle.
humans. Yeah. It's a small little. They think they kings. The biggest difference between us and animals is our means of communication and be able to, like get together and, solve problems.
Facts.
Animals don't think what's going to go on tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? They survive
They
that
don't
day.
need to. They thinking they hungry right now.
Yeah, what I'm saying, if you're hungry, there's an instinct that kicks in. You either go eat or you get eaten.
Yeah.
Yup.
And then 5 minutes after the chase, you're back to normal again. Where us, we have an imagination, we have everything.
So
we got
got
people thinking they're
breakfast,
getting chased.
lunch,
And
dinner.
they've never been chased in their life. Yeah. All right, so financial responsibility or personality, my fault. Okay, God plants what he wants to produce. God sows what he wants to grow. God seeds for a future need. God invests where he wants to increase. Okay, so we got to get into the point where our mindset of the future investor, not necessarily a mindset of the next consumer, the next employee. Okay, like I said, we're trained or taught up from being young to be somebody else's employee. Okay, that goofy Kiyosaki has these four quadrants you have to know. One is an employee, one's self-employed, one's a business owner, and one's an investor. Okay, and each one, employee actually trades the time for money, gets taxed on their gross income, and lives off the rest. That's an employee. So you never get ahead. The harder you work, the more they take. Okay, that's just how it works.
But I ain't gonna lie, that boy Trump said if you work overtime,
We're not taxing it.
yep, that's what he said.
See, Trump, like
He
I
gonna make
said,
niggas work harder.
Yeah,
that's
try
what
to
he's
get that
thinking.
in.
That's what he's thinking. Because the idea is you can either try and get everybody to work a little bit, or get the ones that are really greedy already to work a little bit harder, and they keep a little bit more money. But those taxes is a joke anyways, because they just print money.
Oh
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So it ain't like you're making more money for them.
but
They
he
can always just
ain't,
print.
he ain't dumb though. The way
Oh, he's not dumb at all.
even if he said that, he gonna tax you at the end of the year.
No, he said if you go overtime or tips,
Yeah,
those two things you don't need to tax.
that's
They tax everything right now.
7%.
Even
But I'm
tips,
saying that's not the answer to the actual
yeah,
problem.
because less people are gonna work.
The problem, but I'm saying he already knows less people are going to work.
Yeah,
So if you know that, then you might as well just let those people that are working, give them a carrot somehow, because
Incentive.
you'll make them work harder. Now you got enough people working for the businesses that he owns. You know what I'm saying? That's the idea.
now everybody gonna want to work and try to
Yeah,
work
it gets
overtime just to go get
I'm
more
saying,
money.
think about that. I mean, you don't get taxed. That's 1/3.
That's actually
Yeah.
good for the
Environment.
the economy for
The
sure.
idea is you got to get it moving again. It's hard when something's stopped or stale. The hardest part is the momentum of that to get it moving. You know, once he gets it moving,
Yeah,
that's how
before that
that's how you
started,
fix a
that's gonna be
deficit.
like
Though is you
a year,
produce.
a year, 2 years
These
later.
politicians be over promising sometimes, though. I want to
That's what
see
they're
it
supposed
before
to
they
do.
just be
Yeah,
talking.
it's called
about it.
politicking.
Yeah, it's called many blood sucking organisms.
That boy Biden said a whole lot. I only did.
I don't even know what that brother. I don't know what he's doing. All right,
He had to be somewhere.
he just had a big meeting. So self-employed, you own a job, you still trade your time for money. You pay tax on your profits and income. So self-employed is not good either. That's what I am with my business.
Yeah.
Now, business owner, you own a business system that makes money for you. Okay, you pay corporation tax, but you enjoy additional freedoms because you're not really doing the work.
So is that like buying a franchise, like a McDonald's franchise?
Or
type
making
of
your
thing?
own. Well, you can make your own. You know what I'm saying?
make
As
your
long
own
as you're not
franchise.
in the business yourself, you own the business.
So you, as long as you're not waking up every
Yeah,
day.
you're not.
Okay,
You're not.
I
Yeah.
got you. I
The
got
whole
you.
idea is you can't work on your business if you're working
You own
in your
it, but
business.
you're collecting.
Yeah, you own it and you just collect. Okay.
Yeah.
But an investor enjoys the best tax breaks and experiences true time and mobility
Because they don't
freedom.
tax investments.
Yeah.
Sorry to
unless
cut you
unless
off.
what's her face? She wants to tax capital gains tax. I'm like on.
They still tax.
I'm like that. I
capital
ain't
gains.
never heard nothing like that. That means like my
Dumbest
house, when I bought it was 221. Now it's like 4 something. I got to pay taxes on that money, but I don't get that until I sell my house. But she wants taxes every year on the
Every
gain.
year?
Every year. That's what she wants right now.
Who said that?
Harris.
Oh yeah, we ain't that.
Nah, she making
They've been
stuff
saying
up,
that
bro, because
for-
she
No.
don't understand.
Yeah, we don't need
economy.
her in our life.
Nah. All right,
Every
so
year
actually,
is
the
crazy.
success purpose or success principle for God is there's a season or a purpose for something first. Then you have a seed. That's actually the potential, whatever you're trying to do. Then you have to have a time or a process for that thing to germinate, to mature, to get big enough. And then you have a harvest. That's your produce or your product or whatever. So that's actually his success principle. Okay, you cannot manage what you will not measure. What are they trying to say? You cannot manage what you will not measure.
You can't manage what you don't understand.
Yeah. Okay, but you got to be able to measure what you're doing.
Yeah, you got to
So
see the
that way,
outcome of it
yeah,
first.
If you can't see it, then you can't really change stuff and make it better. Okay. So the four quadrants of this is you're either a spender, you're a saver, you're a waster, or you're an investor. Okay.
What are you, Liam?
Wow, what
Yeah.
a great question. I don't waste a lot. My wife wastes a lot because we're just doing our taxes now, and she's like, "I'm up to $65,000 spent on dog food and this
yeah,
and that."
yeah.
I'm like, "Wow,
That is wild.
There's gotta
Most
be a
people
way to
don't even
drop
make that
down
a
a
year.
little bit. I don't make that a year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
the
most
idea
people don't
is,
make that.
I
That's
think
crazy.
I don't save a lot of money, to tell you the truth, because I do spend as I get it. So I'm a spender for sure.
Yeah.
I invest, not necessarily money, but there's 4 different ways you can invest.
Yes, yeah.
With your either your time, your talents, your skills. Like you invest your attention into people is what I'm saying.
I'm
and
not-
even money wise. I mean, once in a while I'll buy drinks or like I said, I didn't invest in that, but
Yeah, I'm not a waster. I'm definitely a spender, and I am an investor, but investing in more like equipment of what I need.
yeah,
Yeah, that's an investor. Yeah, if it brings you money, you
But I'm not even gonna lie, more spender than investor.
Well, I'm saying
yeah.
at the beginning you are a spender.
Yeah.
Until you realize, anytime you spend, there's nothing really coming back.
Yeah.
Until you start to learn to think about investing.
Yeah.
Because when you invest, then that just works itself, and you don't
Because
have
I
to be
think
part of
even
it.
this can become that. It can be.
Well, you have to spend to be able to invest.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the problem is you got to
We all
get.
spenders. We
Yeah,
all.
you gotta
have
get
to be.
consumers. Yeah,
You have to. I'm saying you have to become producers, and you got to become investors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to get your mind out of the spending. Like I don't
Yeah.
think about. I told my wife, I don't care. You do whatever you want with the money. Just don't complain to me that this bills do this, but I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, obviously, I work long enough and we make enough money
To pay,
so
yeah.
don't bring no emotions into the money. So the thing is, though, with that, she's carte blanche in the spender part. You know, what I mean, it's like I said.
I think this list of those quadrants are kind of confusing me.
Go ahead.
I think there should only be 2.
Which two?
Either you're a waster or you're an investor.
A waster or investor, but you have to be able to spend.
That's my point.
That's not waste. Waster means basically you have a little
Just
bit excess.
throwing money.
And every time you get excess,
Let me
you have to
explain
spend.
why
Yeah, you
I
have to-
said that.
Go ahead. Yeah.
In order to invest, you need to take out that money to put it somewhere else. That's an expense.
But you're not
It's
wasting
just
it.
that money is going to grow. Technically, you're spending it because your investment can either not grow either.
He just said his
Sometimes
point.
your investment doesn't work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you are spending.
that's a
So that
waste.
it can't be like you investing. It just has to be on its own, and spending cannot even be the term.
I'm just talking about this is what you do when I get money. Every time I get money, I'm either one of these four things. I can either waste it. If I save it, the problem with saving is that a lot of times
It's
money
losing its value
loses
too.
value like
Yeah.
this because of inflation. It's like, say inflation's at 7%. If I don't invest in something that gives me more return than 7%, I'm actually losing money saving it. You know what I mean?
Yes, I agree.
It's the same thing. Like, okay, when Elon Musk bought Twitter, you think he had money in the bank and like paid 40, what is it?
44 million.
44 or something. Yeah.
No, he did not do that. The money was all in investment. He used his
Oh, he just
investment
borrowed it.
money,
Yeah.
to do that. So if it's just you can't really be a saver because it's decreasing its value because inflation is always going up.
See, I'm going to get into that. So hold
Yeah.
your question real
So-
quick. So the idea is a process of change or renovation or creation is ugly and uncomfortable process. It involves, this is how it works in God's economy. It involves subtraction, division before any kind of addition or multiplication. Basically meaning that you
That
have-
just answered my point.
okay.
Involves subtractions and
And division.
addition and subtraction, right?
Well, it involves first subtraction and division. Because to get better, we already have more than what we need. To get better, we got to get rid of something. So you got to divide it. You have to know what good and bad is. You have to subtract what your waste is. Then you can move on to the addition and multiplication. You can't start with addition and multiplication because you have to actually eliminate one to help the other.
That's my point. My point is, if you're subtracting, you're putting it into investment.
No,
Just-
I'm saying subtraction meaning like I'm just wasting it.
You're just taking it out.
Yeah, I'm just
and
taking it out,
wasting
and I'm not gaining anything from it. I'm just using it, and yeah, it's not
Then that's
working.
a poor decision. You're subtracting
Absolutely,
your
it's a
money.
poor decision. That's
to
why they
waste
call it a waster.
Okay, go
Okay,
ahead.
we'll move on. Money is liquid and actually takes the shape of the person holding it. That's strong right there.
Right.
So money is liquid and it takes the shape of the person who's actually using it. So that's why it's important that if you are a waster, I don't care how much money you come in, you're going to waste it. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to, so you have to start changing your mindset to where you're investing. Investing meaning buying, assets as opposed to liabilities. You know what I mean? The more assets you buy, income follows assets. You're gonna raise up your value the more assets you have. Okay? So getting in financial shape starts with an honest assessment of where you are. So what do y'all like with your money?
I do a little bit of everything.
Okay.
I waste, I spend, I invest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the idea is if you really want to get to the point where you're financially stable,
Yeah.
the waste got to go. That's the part up here. That's where the subtraction and division have to find. Division basically tells you, is this a good investment? Is this a bad investment? If it's bad, just divide and just get rid of it. So once you name it, then you can manage it. So like I said, all this stuff, it just all kind of wraps around to itself.
Yeah.
I need to be able to separate a brand, but right now I would just say more like a spender and an investor. I mean, even the investment, it still feels like a waster because I'm investing in stuff that automatically decreases its value, right? Depreciates its value. So even that it feels like a waster, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So
The funny part about it is the difference between a liability and an asset depends upon how you use that.
yeah,
So like if say you bought a camera that
Yeah.
you use quite a bit and it was 20,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
If you could use it, somebody else can use it. I'm saying it can make its value back in no time if it's done correctly.
yeah. No, I mean I
it's
do
hard
have a
right now.
camera that
Yeah.
I don't even use it more than somebody else uses it more than me.
Okay. Which is fine because I'm
yeah.
saying that actually pays for that. So that's actually a smart way to invest there. Okay, so money is actually made to move. You have to think of money as liquid because when it sits still, money's no good.
And when it sits still, no more is not coming in.
Yeah, it has to
It
move.
just cycles
I'm
back
saying
and forth.
if it's not moving, there's no value to it. The
Yep.
value comes from when it moves. When you invest it, when you put it places that it can actually grow itself. Okay.
But there was a book that I was reading that say if you have money in your pocket and if that money doesn't move, you're blocking you know,
More money coming in, yeah. Your opportunities
The
coming in,
rotation.
absolutely.
Yeah, you
Because you're
blocking
not
the
out there
rotation.
trying to.
That's
You're
the
not,
cycle,
you're
man.
not out there trying to move. You're not trying to make moves. You know what I mean? Because you already paid. You know, they already got it.
It might be wasted, but you send it to me. That was that's my money.
Just, brother. You ain't never want to have no money if you just want other people's change. Come on.
Wavy's
now.
doing it right now.
What?
People that you have buildings, right? You have assets.
Yeah, for sure.
And those people are spending to pay you.
For
And that's
sure.
a waste to them. But it's coming back to you. That's
Well, for
their-
me,
that's
it's an
their waste coming
investment.
to you.
Yeah.
So
Oh, the-
it's just cycle.
for
That's what I'm
sure.
saying. Some people are going to be wasters.
The
their whole
casino
life.
did the same thing.
Some people, yeah.
Yeah, you ain't got to tell everybody what to do.
Like I
my
said,
bad.
it's a waste to you, but it's
Yeah.
going to be
It's
an
gonna be
investment
money
for
for you.
me.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
money's made to move. Its value is in its movement and not in stagnation or saving it. Banks understand this because when you put money in the bank, it don't stay there for a second.
They leverage
And
the
it's called
shit out of it.
well, it's called fractional investments. Where
Yeah.
something you put in $1, they lend out 10.
Then yeah.
So I mean, like I said, they move the money so fast. Once you understand that, it's like that's why the banks are the way they are,
By the end of the day, if you
and
pull
they lend it out with interest.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
It told me you got to order your money. I said, what?
They said we can't give you 50K right now.
So they know
Wow.
they know money is actually liquid and it's made to move.
Yeah, that's the whole
They
So
come
money-
back and like.
Can you
4 or
believe
5.
this one? Money is inherently good.
Repeat again? Is it inherently
Money
good?
is inherently good. A lot of people think
Money's
the
a
root of
good
all
thing
evil.
that you're saying. Nah, yeah.
no.
Well, money's supposed to
poor
like.
people mentality.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
Yeah.
saying money's inherently good
That just
because
means
it,
they don't want
it provides
money.
you choices. You know what I mean? Like when
Yeah.
you have purchasing power, you actually have control over
Oh yeah,
your
you
own
beat
environment.
just say from a point of view, if you want to buy a house and everybody else is getting a mortgage and you're saying you're gonna bring cash, they'll take the cash offer because it's an easy process.
yeah, yeah,
We did it plenty of times.
yeah. So the power to purchase is good. It adds life to your ministry. So whatever you want to try to evoke into society or help
Mm-hmm.
other people, whatever, you know, if you have purchasing power, you got it already. So if you come into $1 million, what would you do with it? We tried this
$1
before.
nothing.
oh sheesh.
I'm saying they can be. That's how they all started.
Yeah, for sure. I
You
feel
ain't
like
got $1 million sitting in your
Man,
pocket.
give me $1 million right now. I'll tell you exactly what I'm with.
Go ahead, come on.
tell me.
$1 million.
That's what I
I feel
said.
like I can't. I'm broke with $1 million.
Well, 10%. I'm keeping as a savings, as an emergency fund.
Okay,
already.
so that money ain't gonna be worth nothing.
So that's
Yeah, that's
100,000.
$100K just in case my.
It's gonna be worth $60,000 in a
Hey,
year.
you never know. I
ahead.
might could have a medical emergency right away.
Continue.
Anything
You
can
good.
happen.
100,000.
Just in case.
100,000.
This
So you
is
got-
money you got, bro. This is money somebody gave you. This isn't money you work with. But go ahead.
Is this a money I worked on, or is this money?
No, money somebody just gave you $1 million.
You gave me $1 million.
Yeah.
Like I said, 10% I'm saving it.
Continue. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, 60%. I'm gonna leverage that money for my investments.
Okay.
30%. I'm gonna leverage that money again on other like secured investments. There's gonna be risky investments and there's gonna be more like long-term investments. 60% will be businesses and stuff that I'm working on to make it happen
That's
right away.
60,000.
40% will be like 401k and stocks and stuff.
He sounds just like econ books.
Hey, that's that. I am a
40,
math
60.
nerd, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Here's the problem. There's
Yeah,
something
$1 million,
called primary
yeah.
investments and there's something called secondary investments.
I'm asking
You're talking mostly about secondary investments, basically like going to stocks, bonds.
that was
whatever.
that was my 30% range.
Yeah, but I'm saying your primary investment should be your own knowledge, your own business.
That was my 60%.
Okay, so
I just broke that down.
I didn't know if that's what you were talking about.
That's did you guys not hear
It
me?
sounded, it sounded like you were talking about mostly all. You know,
You gave me $1 million and I broke it down. That's why. That's
said
just
you
my
gave-
personal.
you gave
way.
me $1 million.
You gave me that, and I really told him on detail.
all I can say is anybody that you give $1 million, 9 out of 10 people within a year are going to be broke again.
Within a year.
Within a year,
That's
buying all
wild.
sorts of liabilities.
You know,
buying
like $1 million
houses for other
ain't
people,
nothing.
Yeah.
Buying
How
houses
you gonna
for their
buy a
mama.
You get
House. I didn't say houses. My fault. Yeah, $1 million ain't. that
you
much
can get
of
it
a-
1 or 2 houses.
Okay, people will own depreciating
long-term
assets or liabilities. Okay, we're all creatures of reason and creatures of habit. Okay,
$1 million. No.
all your behaviors are based on your beliefs. Okay, so there are your unconscious habits or your unconscious, traditions that you usually do, like what you've seen other people do with stuff. So our belief systems are actually responsible for our behaviors. To change the behavior, you must change the belief, not work on that behavior. Okay, that's like called whack-a-mole. Like say the way the schools do it. When you act a fool, we give you lunch attention. That does absolutely nothing.
You
So
just-
unless you can
chilling
change
with
the
the
belief in
fools.
how you think you are, whether you're a spender, saver, waster, investor, if you can't change that belief, you're always going to get that behavior. Okay, that behavior is going to be in there no matter what, and you're going to get nervous if the stock market goes down. You're going to get. It's like the whole
Sweat.
idea, all that secondary investing, which people do. It's hard to get ahead with secondary investing. I'm saying if it ain't investing
Right.
in yourself or your own business,
Yeah.
then you're in trouble.
That's why
Yeah.
you put a small chunk of that. You don't want to put majority of it.
I put like, for me, $1 million, I'll see like, usually there's always a trend, something that's trending from a point of view. I'll invest in something that's trending and yes.
all the whole million.
No, come on. At least half of it. And from a point of view,
What you think, bro?
and from my point of view, you can, when something is trending, they buy more. They buy.
So it's like quick. You want to flip it quick. That's what you're
You
saying.
think I'm going to just lay with it?
you don't want to sleep. But
I feel you.
It's going to be quick.
What
So,
about you, G?
every time something's trending, you switch up the topic. You know,
that's called chasing. Chasing the bag.
I mean,
he a risky man.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I do it
just
every
go
day.
broke quick.
I
That's
try-
all.
That's
It's
true.
better than taking a whole year to go broke. You might as well go broke in a
Especially
day.
at your
Nah.
age right now, you might as well go all in.
nah.
No, I mean, for me, with $1 million, it's I had two solutions.
Okay, I'm listening.
My first solution is just there's a lot of companies or like or what do you call it, camera companies don't actually sell, like the actual big productions don't sell individual cameras to consumers. They want a rental house, so it's to be able to buy multiple film cameras and multiple gears that I can rent out to people. That's the same way with like Keslo started and the camera department or Lightbulb being
The
able
same thing
to.
as Toro. You know what I'm saying? Same
Yeah.
idea, same concept.
Yeah, this is one of my friends. What do you say?
It's
for
in a
cameras.
full quadrant.
One of my
being
friends.
Yeah.
you know what I mean, rather than
Investor.
in the
I mean, that's a
business.
good idea. You don't gotta wait for the $1 million to come to you. Why ain't you ain't doing it now?
I don't have the capacity of buying, because these cameras, each camera is like what, if I'm buying, say I want like 10 of them, they're gonna cost like $500,000 because
Yeah, you know what they say.
But do you know?
Somewhere else will do your
do you
idea.
know who your
Wait
customer is? Though?
way too long.
Yeah,
for
I
it.
mean, there's Pittsburgh, the state of Pennsylvania right now. Period is they're about to sit down and have a deal with Netflix, so they can increase the tax credit. And the only reason why I'm saying that, because there's the guy that actually owns the camera department lives in Nashville, but somebody here is taking care of all his business. He comes like once a year, see what's up, and then boom, right? But and he knew that long time ago. He knew that Pittsburgh was gonna have a deal with Netflix because of the tax credit. He has another company up in Albuquerque where Netflix has a deal with the state. It's just being able to understand where I need to
Where the
invest
money
in.
needs to be.
Yeah.
All right, let me hit a couple more concepts. Lasting behavioral change occurs at the level of beliefs, which is what I said. You don't change your behavior at the behavioral level. You change it at the belief level. You cannot get
How do you
well.
do that? How do you change it at the behavioral level?
No, you change it at the belief
Not
level.
at the belief
you
level,
can't
that's what I meant.
attack. And here it is right here. You
Okay,
cannot
sorry,
get well in the same environment that made you sick.
Everything starts out belief.
Okay, everything, it's how you believe. It's your mindset. It's how you think you are. Are you a waster, spender, saver, investor? The whole idea is you got to change that mindset and change the belief about money to change your behavior, because you become something first. Then you do what that person is. Then you have what that person has. If you switch it up, say, I want $1 million so I can be a millionaire. It doesn't work that way. Because you won't stay a millionaire, because you're gonna take that $1 million and you're gonna be who you are. You're gonna be a waster and you're gonna spend it all. So to be an investor, like I said, you got to become something first. That's why I'm saying the primary investments is in yourself. So you have to make your own self more valuable and understanding the concepts, like you're saying, with Netflix and all. That insider information makes a world of difference in what you do.
Well, yeah.
So if you had $1 million, what would you do?
I'll do that in a minute. I'm trying to get through some of this here. So your beliefs about your identity is what's important. Now think about what most people who walk around and think, I'm just here for no reason. You guys know that you guys are at least a child of God. You're here for a purpose. You wouldn't be here if God didn't want you here. You know what I'm saying, if He didn't have something for you to do, you wouldn't wake up tomorrow. So you guys understand that part. A lot of people walking this earth don't understand any part of that. Their identity is in what they do, is what they have, so that they're already 10 steps behind. So actually, what is the purpose of money? What do you think the purpose of money is?
Enjoy your moments with them.
Enjoy your moments. Okay, you're actually on this number 2.
Do
That
you
ain't
want
bad.
the technical answer, or you want
No,
opinion-based?
any
And
answer,
it-
whatever
and,
you think the purpose of
The
money
purpose
is.
of money is for it to grow, from my point of view. So you can.
Okay.
I think the
Make it
purpose
work
of
for
money
you.
is to exchange goods.
That's
Purpose of
consumer
money.
though.
I mean, not to just
to
goods, but
exchange
it's
goods.
just to exchange.
yeah, exchange. I can hear that.
Okay, number 1 would be the purpose of money for number 1 would be pay bills.
The
Once you-
purpose of money is
I
pay
just
bills?
listen. That's,
Oh, okay.
that's the broke mindset.
Okay. I thought I was tripping.
I have to pay bills. He thought I was tripping. No, I'm saying the idea is you guys are at different levels in your
Yeah.
mindset. What I want you to get to is the end level,
Right.
which is the investor level. But the idea is if you understand what the other levels are, you'll know when you start thinking like that, and
Okay.
you'll be able to help other people
To
out of
check
that
yourself,
situation.
yeah.
So number 1 was pay bills. Number 2 is enjoy life. Number 3 is security. Number 4 is a status symbol. Okay, so if you think about it, number 1, if you think money is to pay bills, that's all the money you're ever going to make. If you can pay your bills, you're happy. Now you're broke, and what I'm saying, you can't really enjoy life.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're happy, isn't that the only thing that matters, though?
No, has nothing to do with
Maybe
it.
to yourself.
You could be happy.
Not for me.
You
I'm
could
not
be happy.
thinking
and
about
be
myself.
broke. I'm saying happiness
I mean,
comes.
there's people who are out there like they
Happiness comes from
content,
growth.
Yeah, for sure.
And,
I see it every day.
They're content, but they're wealthy in spirit. I mean, they have spiritual wealth, health, and fitness, and their bills are paid. I mean, can you really beat them down if they have wealth in other areas and their bills are paid?
As long as they're
I'm not
okay
trying
with
to
it,
beat
I'm
anybody
okay
down.
with it.
Hey, I'm just saying.
So each of these paradigms, the pay bills, enjoy life, security, and status symbols, is a way of thinking. It basically constitutes a hole in your money bag because each of these involve money leaving you without anything coming back to you. So if you think about it, paying bills, that's all it does, one way. If you're enjoying life, that means you're paying for all your different ideas and things like going to trips and this and that. It's not really coming back. Same thing with security. Just to have enough money to say, oh, I'm secure.
No,
There's
that's being comfortable.
nothing really going there. Same with the status symbol. You got to keep up with the Joneses. You're driving this
you
car,
gonna
I
run
wanna get
out
this
quick.
car. Yeah, you run out quick. All these ways of thinking about the purpose of money are the wrong ways to think.
Yeah.
Okay, 'cause if you think about them any of those ways without the investment port and it coming back, then the money is definitely limited. Okay. Looking back, it's dead. So really, if you double or triple your income, you're really double or tripling the waste. If you're a waster, you double or triple the spending. If you're a spender,
Okay. I
I'm
get
saying anytime your income increases, it falls back on your beliefs. Whatever you believe is what you're going to do, is what you're going to have.
Right.
So you gotta attack it at that belief level. Okay. So key questions to determine your financial personality. Why do you want more money?
Why do I want more money?
Yeah, why would you want more money? Some
I'll go
people-
last on that one. I don't hear their opinion.
So I mean, I just get whatever I want. Realistically,
I'm saying I'm telling you, Wave, you're at the comfortable level. You're basically where I'm at, and you're freaking half my age.
no.
Okay, because you actually grab some skills from the pawn shop and from different things.
Yeah.
You're a producer of different systems that
Yeah.
But I'm saying, starting at that level where you're at now at this age, you could be 10 times where I'm at. Well, when you get to anywhere near my age.
Understood.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you have a good base, good foundation. I mean, there's a reason why I'm drawn to whatever's going on there.
It's a compliment.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
appreciate it.
So, but you have to have a reason why you want more money. Because without a reason or without a belief in what that money is for, God ain't giving
A
it to you.
reason.
Your opportunities ain't gonna be there.
I mean, my biggest thing is just to live the life that I dreamed of for my biggest reason, and that was being rich ever since I was a kid. You
Okay,
know?
rich by definition is realizing I
understand.
create happiness.
I
Okay,
hear
rich
you.
is not even a word.
But you understand.
wealthy
I'm
is-
talking about luxury stuff.
I'm saying if you want luxury stuff, that's fine. But I'm saying everything that you have in your life that's luxurious is going to feel like a weight on your back because you're going to have to put up cameras on your back thing. You're going to have to put up bars on your windows.
Yeah.
I'm saying luxury has nothing really to do with, feeling good.
Yeah,
There's
I
people
mean-
out there with billion-dollar boats that, can't even go into a restaurant because they think somebody's going to shoot them or something, As I'm saying, you don't want that for yourself.
Right.
It's got to be something else.
I don't want to be famous. I just want to be, you say, wealthy. I don't want too many people to know who I am. I
Okay.
just want to be, from a point of view unknown and just live my life, make my money.
Okay, so where you want to get to, though, you're going to be known. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Before we
But
get to that, I want to hear everybody's
Go ahead,
reasons. Yeah.
Oh, me?
What do you think?
Why you
do
need
you
money?
want more money?
I want more money because I am able to change a lot of people's lives. That's the thing, and it's always being able to go back and tell the stories of my people and how it should be told from my point of view or the people, of our people's point of view.
So has anybody done that?
Yeah, they have done it, of course.
Yeah.
A lot of people have done it, and I'm not talking to everybody. Everybody done it too. Like, for example, the Nigerians are doing it now, but creating movies and telling stories that from a Nigerian's point of view, right? But I'm talking about straight from a Somali Bantu that came from Somalia to be able to tell their journey, and not from a German filmmaker's point of view, but from my point of view, being there and being able to hire and being able to bring these skills to the people, my community. That's why I want more money.
Okay.
To be able to affect and being able to help other people get these skills or like have this stuff around them.
Okay. What'd you think? Why do you want more money?
For me, honestly, it's just to inspire others.
Oh, inspire.
Yeah.
I thought you said expire.
Hey, you trying to get money to that?
Inspire, and also, I do have that. I grew up in like my mom always giving. Like she instilled that in us. So I also
your
want
mom's
to
good
do
people.
that. I won't even call it philanthropy. Just want to give out for a good cause, and also just to inspire that it's possible. And that's my only like goal, really. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be good or bad from other people's point of view, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I get
I
it.
know you say you want. Why do you want more money?
That's a great question.
Or do you want
That's a
more
tough
money?
question.
I really don't even know if I want more.
I knew you was gonna say that.
I got
You got it.
I
got a
knew you
little
was gonna
something right now.
say I don't want it anymore.
Hey,
I'm still able
You
to.
won't deny it.
Yeah, I'm still able to do what I want to do right now because I don't have a lot of wants. I don't want. It's like at the beginning of your life, you want possessions. At the middle of your life, you want to travel and see other places. At the end of your life, it's all about relationships. Okay, I'm in that end of life type thing because I'm 55. Every relationship I deal with, I try to make that better. And the more relationships you have make it better, you get relational capital. You get,
Relationship
you
is
get
wealth.
kicks back way better than any kind of money will do. But I don't want to be broke trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? Who wants a broke friend? You know what I'm saying? So I still want to work hard.
You got a broke friend, you're broke too.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah.
Truth
I
be
mean-
told, we all want to be comfortable to a certain
Yeah, I'm
degree.
saying everybody wants, to be able to
Yeah.
do what they want to do, why,
For sure.
why their purpose, why they're here on this earth.
Involved.
And I think it is to help, other people, try and see
Yeah.
the world a little bit different, because once you see it differently, then you can't unsee it. You know what I mean? Then you can make choices, you can see opportunities. You don't have to think everything's a problem, so.
Yeah, it's about taking the blanket off people that have
Yeah, because there's the wolves over everybody's eyes. I'm telling you. Okay, what is the first impulse? What is your first impulse whenever you make new money?
Impulse.
What do you
Define
do?
impulse.
What's your
Oh,
impulse? What do you want to do with that money when you make money?
it depends how much is it. Yeah, it depends.
Now, should it depend on how much it is?
I mean, if it's $100, that's play money. But you talking thousands, and we looking a different route.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I look at money. That's,
Then hundreds turn into thousands.
yes, true. But
When you get your money fighting for itself, it's
you gotta have spending money and you gotta have investment money. I every day I have spending money and I have investment money wherever I go. It's just how I move. But it depends. But at least 1,000. At least I could say around 500 and up. And I think about investing then.
okay.
But anything other lower than that, that's play money.
So, what's your first impulse whenever you make new money?
I mean, it's bad, honestly. No,
I'm saying that awareness is
Yeah.
the first step to change.
it might not actually be bad. Is because my first impulse is I invest that money, and also like the
Why is
investment.
that- why
That's
is
a
that
gamble
bad?
too. Like you're gambling your money.
It depends. Are you
yeah.
investing in yourself or are you investing in secondary?
Secondary. It's pretty much it's all secondary, and then it's a little bit of like primary.
So
And
do you
that's-
understand? This is what that goofy dude.
Which is bad.
If you invest in yourself first, there is no bad secondary investments.
No, I totally agree.
The only,
And
the
I'm
only reason
saying
why the
majority of
secondary
it is
investments
in
are bad is
secondary
because you
and-
never invest in yourself. You'll
Primary,
understand what's going on with the other things. You know what I mean?
And I came to a realization on that this year, so I'm actually flipping it. So
Okay.
more primary now.
All right, that's good. Okay. Okay, would more money lead to more assets or more liabilities in your life?
I feel like more what's it called, assets, because I feel like 'cause since I touch a little bit of some money, I created more assets for myself, but I do got some liabilities though too. So I feel like I'm in both.
So what would you say your liabilities are?
My vehicles, that's the only liability.
So when
I
you
have.
look at them as liabilities, that's what they're going to be.
I mean, they've been assets ever since I got them, but now I slowed down on that. Now they're liabilities because I'm not in that business no more. I'm just slowing
Okay,
down.
so what are you supposed to do?
Get rid of them.
I ain't getting. I'm the type of person I don't get rid of anything I have. I don't get rid of.
Okay, so yeah, you
crazy, bro.
got to fix that.
Yeah,
So I'm saying if it don't make money, it don't make sense.
for sure. I understand,
If
but
it's just sitting there, like I said, I see it at my house when I walk home or I drive
You
home.
talking about your RV?
and I see that RV there. It's like that don't make sense to me.
yeah,
Just like that nice truck you got out there. If it ain't making money on Toro,
nah.
do you need that type of truck right now? I mean,
I feel like
where do you go from there?
from my point of view, planning on making a family and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that for the family life.
The RV, you got RV?
I don't have an RV, but we
You
use
talking
it.
about,
Yes, yeah,
Talk about that big truck out there. Costs as
So,
much as my RV.
but yeah, that's why we, me and my wife decided to sit down and bought it, and that's why even I sold my other car. So it was.
I'm saying anything extra, you think, oh my God, maybe one day I have to. No, it's like you can if you keep
I
moving
could do
in
it
one
in the
direction.
Tesla. My family car can be the Tesla, but I just want to live my childhood again because I feel like it needs the, remix and stuff like that.
He said, "I'm trying to live what I didn't have."
That's all. You get the message.
Okay, would more money lead to assets or liabilities for you?
Absolutely assets. I like to cut. If it's unnecessary, I don't really want to hold on to it. That's one. And also, like, I'm like focused on growth. So like, if anything that's gonna cost, I don't really waste time or money on it like that.
Okay.
I mean, bills. Obviously, the most important thing is a roof over your
Don't
head.
talk
So I
about
gotta pay
bills,
my
bro.
bills.
If you're worried about bills,
But that's like 30% of my income. I'm really not tripping.
Yeah,
So 30%, not too much.
takes as much as
What about you, man? Well, you said you don't want more money,
Will
so
more money lead to assets or liabilities? If I had more money, I could probably
Get
just
more
start
dogs.
buying some assets. Actually,
land.
yeah, I mean, whatever.
I
It
got
don't
8
matter.
acres. That's a liability.
But
You ain't been using
I'm
that.
saying it's a liability because it's not producing up to its
That is a
level.
liability.
But I'm
Imagine if
saying
you
I
had a
have,
farm. I mean, that's a liability.
I also have mineral rights and stuff, so I get
Yeah,
paid
totally.
just to have that land.
Yeah, that's good.
They pay me for just own that land because they're underneath there. They're fracking.
Fracking, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the land actually is producing money, so it's an asset.
So they're digging under there or whatever.
yeah, they already did. I mean,
So
they-
what if it sinks?
it doesn't? What the whole idea of fracking is they'll dig straight down and then they have arms come out. So it's just like coming into my property with one arm looking for natural gas.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like they dug a big hole in my. Nothing's on my property.
Okay, I'm
the
just
arms
asking
come
'cause
underneath
I-
about I'd say I think it might be 100
Yeah, I
feet
didn't
under.
know about this.
Yeah, so all right. Oh man, if I made $1 million today, how much would I have in 1 year?
What would you do with it? We still
yeah.
need to get that answer. Man.
I feel like one,
$1 million.
at least, what's it got? 3 and up.
3 mil.
3 and up, yeah.
Okay.
That's, yeah.
What was the question? Doing enough for what?
No, the idea
I'm
is
just
about
saying.
the $1 million. How much would I have left of that $1 million in 1 year?
In 1 year. I'm gonna 10x that.
You got,
Bro, I'm gonna give you $1 million. You can 10x it, and I'll give you, half.
If your money working like that, I give you money myself.
You ain't lying.
2X is not bad too, because
Yeah, 2 million is good. Yeah.
2 to 3, yeah. And
10x is hard, but 10x, the only way you would 10x is if you created a business on your own, not even buying into a business, because they're not going to give you 10x. You have to
But
create your
money
own.
multiplies quicker when you have a volume of it.
I gotta leave at
It's harder to
5:30.
10x 1K
We're almost done.
and
Yeah,
a
what time is
million.
it?
At 5:20.
Yeah, no, 5 minutes. Yeah, we're done or less. Okay, so most of us were actually trained to be spenders and savers. The rich people actually trained their kids to be investors. So once you start at that point, and you don't think about being a waster or being, a saver, because they understand that leads to nothing but, just loss of value in money and loss of, money itself in liabilities. So the earlier you start investing, the riches will get you. It'll compound. Obviously, let you retire early.
AQ, that's the word I was looking for.
Oh, compound. Okay, yeah.
About a 10x.
Yeah. Well, 10x and compound's the same word, basically.
But like when you have $1 million, the compound is huge. It's bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The school system basically is a mass production of wage slavery. Is all it is. It's like we went from slaves that we didn't pay for. Now we pay them $5 to $20 an hour. It's
How you gotta
wage.
make your own people.
It's called wage slavery. It's like how do you?
your own people slave?
It doesn't. They don't care. That's if you want to make money.
He
Everybody
said,
else.
"Why not do?" You're funny as hell. He
So
said,
work
"It
for
should have
little
just
money.
stayed the blacks." That's what he's planning.
So profits are always better than wages.
If I was white, I would have kept it that way.
You acted out. I don't feel like if I was born in that time, I'd have started
You would
killing.
have to kill me.
Yeah,
I'm saying it's gonna change me. I'm telling you, we be fighting.
Yeah, I'll be.
Hey, I don't like doing a lot of work anyways. So I wouldn't be a very good slave, but we still probably have some problems.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you're a slave right now, though.
They be he
Am I?
acting up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean American
Slave to
slave.
what?
Yeah, I mean we all American
your wife.
slaves. Yeah, you can say
Them
so.
dogs, Lee. Don't try
It's a
to
choice, though. You know
It
what I
is a
mean?
choice.
So
Slavery is a choice.
It is a choice, right?
Hey,
See what I'm
Kanye ain't
saying?
lying.
Yeah, you got me on my own argument. Huh.
Yeah, at the end of the day,
hard.
we all slaves
Nah,
to God.
you're right. I mean, I can't.
Yeah, I mean everybody.
can't
We're all
argue with
slaving. The government slaving us. Our householders slaving us.
The only one I want to slave me is God. That's all I care about. I care
yeah,
about.
I mean that's the
You
other
know.
thing too. But like even in the Quran said like it's like the name Abdi.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you
Oh,
can't
yeah.
just say Abdi. It's like Abdi Kadir, like God is slave. So like that's what they translate to.
Yeah, I mean that's nothing wrong with that.
And that's why
Slave-
he said like dominate, like you ask for him to, dominate you and all that stuff because it's okay. But that's the only slave you want to be to God. That's it.
Yeah. Most people go.
So how you gonna make a change on the other people that's slaving you? Like you just gonna accept that or what?
I mean,
You talking about my wife?
it's a part
I'm
of your
t-
life.
I got him at the end of the last one, bro. He's trying to get me now. That's what it was.
No, it's just like I was listening to like the audio book. I was listening to Al-Baqarah. That's like one of the surahs, and they were talking about like all that stuff. So I'm like just trying to indulge.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all. Nothing too crazy. Sometimes
right thing.
everybody has their days. And sometimes you get somebody to like make you think really hard, and sometimes you get off easy. But you want people to challenge you because they make you
Oh
better.
man, that strengthens everything.
They make you better. If you can't take it, you ain't
That's why I'm here.
strong. Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
Well,
So when one of y'all become an investor, I'm gonna have to come behind you and see what you're doing.
I mean-
because I haven't seen too many investors.
I mean, he's in the game already, and what's it called? He's in the inside of the investments.
he
I don't
understands
know
the
about.
intricacies.
I don't know, but he's. I don't know if he's
I'm
an
saying
investor.
that's book stuff.
Yeah.
Book stuff. That's knowledge.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
there's wisdom. Then there is
I
knowledge.
do
No,
personal
knowledge,
investments.
understanding, and then there's wisdom.
Yeah.
Wisdom is the application of that
Yeah.
knowledge.
What would you apply?
You can
to
be as smart as you want, but if you ain't doing it, it don't matter.
Doing
Until
it for
you do
somebody
it,
else.
you find out. Yeah, even if you're doing it for somebody else, it still don't matter.
I mean,
Yeah, it
to
don't
what
matter.
scale? I mean, I invest for like years now.
So why you worry about bills? You worry about bills.
Bills because I have to pay the house. The house is not mine
So why isn't the house yours?
because I wanted to be in the rent. instead of buying a house.
All right. Yeah, you're really jacked up.
I mean, you talking about having investments and becoming an investor. There's a two difference.
Same thing.
My house is not an investment.
Your house is one of your biggest investments when you first starting.
I'm talking about my personal.
He said
now.
at the moment. He said at the moment.
Yeah.
He working
That's a
on it.
choice. If I wanted to be in ownership of my own house, I can do that too. It's a choice.
Yeah.
But there's also different types of investments that other people are also involved in. You only thinking about houses that as the most.
No, I'm just
That's
talking
the
about
big
that's,
type of
that's one of the biggest investments
of
right
America.
now. Yeah, as far as making money on
Real
something.
estate?
Real estate.
Yeah, that makes a lot of
You
I
gotta
can-
think about all of God's
It's land.
stuff.
That's
You know,
all.
land, real estate. Gold. All that kind of stuff is not going to lose its value.
Then how
'Cause
come the
there's
market
only-
is down right now?
Market
And how
goes
come-
like that.
How come the value of this house is not the same couple of years ago?
Well, then obviously,
If that was so
is
true,
is it worth more or less?
it's probably worth
more.
equal or even or less. It can't be more than
Then it's a
What?
bad
'Cause the economy right now
Then it's a
is-
bad. It's a bad
Yeah.
investment.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you just
This is a
said
more.
every real estate is a good investment.
Yeah.
That is not true at
Did I
all.
say that?
We bought
So that's
this.
a
Not
mean-
every investment.
300,
Not
right
every
now
real
it's like
estate
350.
is a good investment.
But you're using it as a primary source of investment.
Absolutely, because it's a way to make money. Because usually, as
No,
long as
I
it's in
mean,
a
I'm
decent
not saying you're
neighborhood,
wrong or
it's
right,
not ready to fall
but
apart. And
You're blindsided by other primary investments. that
He
you
said he
can get involved.
blindsided.
No, if you only focus in one
No,
area,
that's not the
you're
only
not,
place
you're
of
not
an
going to have the
investment.
opportunity to know there's different
I'm still
avenues
I'm
of
still on
investments.
primary investments. I'm still
Yeah.
investing in myself.
Yeah.
I'm not investing in real estate. I'm
that's
not
what I'm-
investing in
Right.
none of that stuff makes any sense until I have to become the person that can actually manage what's going
So
on.
you got to
I
be
think
ready
business
for
is the
it.
number one. I'll have to.
Yeah, I have my own
agree with
business.
real
I'm
estate,
saying
all
that's
that.
business is definitely number one because you have control of everything in your business.